Approaching Corregidor. Approaching Corregidor. One and a half hours travel. We started 8 o'clock and we arrived 9:30. Welcome, Corregidor.
And that code goes to all of the gun emplacements. Those gun emplacements that were used by the U.S. military. They have like 23 gun batteries in this location. The story of this island was it was occupied by the Spaniards back in 1572. They started the development, then a community had came up, and the communities were separated. They're in different locations. Being Spanish, and they had introduced the Catholic religion, they used the church used religion as a tool to control the people. So they said that the Saint Isidore, and the fifth community was only called Tulong Bayan. It's a phrase that would translate to the end of the town. Back in 1921, and they called that the YMCA. This open area used to be the parade ground. Used to have there the tennis court. The tennis court was like only put there. When you go slide left, you will notice there's less military here. And then to your right side, it's a really beautiful architectural structure put in by the U.S. military. However, this was attacked by the Japanese. The Japanese in 1941, 1942. And then the American forces in 1945. When they returned, when they liberated the area from the Japanese. So this building was able to suffer a lot of bombings coming from both nations. Just to give you a very good date, this was April 9, 1942. And every year we commemorate the Bataan Day, right? So the soldiers taken by the Japanese forces from Bataan all together, the entire deaths that was counted after the Second World War had amounted to about 60 to 65 million altogether. In the Philippines, I had like 1 million, making Corregidor as the second most bombed spot on Earth in proportion to its size in a very short period of time. How many days did the Japanese bomb the island? Well, let's just count from April all the way to the surrender. The Americans to the Philippines. So they have to recruit the locals, like what the British did. This was basically dominated by the American forces. When Quezon was elected president of the Philippine Commonwealth, because the Americans stayed in the country after we lost the Filipino-American War. Since early morning hours of May 6th, because the Japanese came from Bataan. And after they landed there, it was reported that the mortars were actually hurting some of the military forces. Japanese landing barges. Sir, normally ilan bang laman na isang landing barge? Wala kayong landing barge. Pero I would think they would have like 15 or 20 men per landing barge. So that's like 14. So let's say it's only 10 So 14 multiplied by 10, that's like 140. But we know that there are more men put on those landing barges. The flap of the mortar had froze tight. They could not open it anymore. You know, Chinese technology.
Madami daw ahas dito.
Okay, order, collagen lah. Order, collagen lah, collagen lah. Papan. Ayo, cepet ke lah. Order, collagen lah.
They used to call this mile-long barrack. See, right there.
Topside mile.
Mile-long. Having a swimming pool here is something. Now, the island was the best facility for the army and the Navy side area. Of course, the Americans
It's also
won't
called
live
mile.
on the
Mile-long.
island without a
Mile-long
baseball facility.
barracks.
That's why they have them there.
Pinakamahaba
Plus
sa
the #1 movie house. It was considered #1 because first screening always here in the area. And then they would release it to Manila after several months. First class. Now we will show you those areas later on.
You can find here the flag pole used by MacArthur. The last moment of peace. Battleship Rome, December 7, 1941.
Well, that the reinforcements would not arrive. The President of the United States ordered him out of the country. They wanted him to leave the Philippines and go to Australia. He said, no, I'm not leaving. We have so many things to do here. And then a second order came and he was told the same thing. He still said, no, not yet. And then the last order had arrived. It's either they keep following